You're watching Nivesh Kar Befikar. There has been a lot of buzz around the new age ULIPs or 4G ULIPs as we are calling them. They're cheaper, but we must tell you that these are bought online. Some of the dramatic changes that have been brought into the new age of 4G ULIPs are things that we need to understand. Today, joining me is India's leading certified financial planner, Surya Bhatia, to demystify and tell you what these 4G ULIPs are all about. Surya, when we talk about the 4G ULIPs, charges far lower, simpler, online buy, then comes the next question: who should be buying a 4G ULIP?
I think that's where we find the ULIPs product a little bit lacking, but we cannot say that it's a fault of a product. That's the nature of the product. That's the kind of a structure this fund has created, this product has created, where you find that this kind of product is suitable to investors who come here for a long-term perspective. I cannot come in any insurance or insurance-related product, including ULIPs, with a short-term horizon. And I cannot change that. So therefore, whatever my horizon is, I have to demarcate that and look at the longevity of my need and then do my investments in a ULIP. They have become competitive, charges are very low, I can use my insurance also as a gamut and use it as my long-term goal. So anyone who comes in the play should come in for not less than 10 years, if not more. Ideally, 10, 15, 20 years. The longer you hold, insurance companies also start rewarding you. They start giving you boosters, they start giving you bonuses the moment you cross the 10th year. And after you are holding the asset class for a 20-year period, for example, the costing averages come down because of the extra allocations you get from them, thereby reducing your cost even further in these new 4G plans.
In fact, when you talk of long term, and that's exactly what we keep saying, right? That when you, I'm asking you this because normally people say, oh, there's a 5-year lock-in, and that's a disadvantage. But when we talk about equities, we don't talk 3 years, 5 years at all. We talk 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Therefore, maybe somewhere it's a blessing in disguise, especially for us Indians who tend to start looking at their returns going up and down, almost every day with the movement of the Sensex, that maybe a lock-in helps you to stay invested for a longer period of time.
See, but as a human, we don't like is tied up to any asset class by force. So we don't like lock-ins. We may end up holding that asset class for 10, 15, 20 years. So if by default you peg this asset class against your long-term goals, depending on your age, it could be your child's education, could be their marriages, could be your own retirement. It's actually a very good retirement product now going forward with these low charges. So if you peg them against those allocations, against those needs of yours, the very purpose which you are trying to achieve will actually get solved. And the advantage it creates for you, that it's a long product, in case something happens to you, the insurance starts kicking in. So you're creating your own financial plan in such a manner by doing an investment which has a real value for money from a cost perspective, at the same time giving you an insurance add-on factor so that your own plan doesn't topple in case something happens to you.
And when we say who should buy a 4G ULIP, therefore what I hear you say is that unless you have a 10, 15, 20 year kind of a time frame, which means you should be probably 20, 30, 35, 40 at best. Shouldn't be buying this when you're in your 60s.
Clearly. I can even add 45 here, Vivek, because if you're looking at a retirement product, I'm assuming that I retire at 60.
45 to 60.
So 40, I have 15-year tenor. I can look at that, but beyond that, it looks a little difficult actually for an investor.
Okay. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with a lot more on the 4G ULIP.